Hey guys, another reaction video here off the top rope, off the Mike Sports Network. So I did do an extensive dive into what's going on in NXT, but there was something weird that has happened in, the last, I don't know, 16, 18, 24, like the last day or so. I mean, based off when we're taping this right now, it's been less than a day. But depending on when you watch this, there's been a lot of discourse about the big surprise from last night's NXT, and that is Moose, the X Division champion, multiple time TNA World Heavyweight Champion, showed up to confront Oba Femi, and admittedly awesome. I really am, a fan of Moose. I understand that there's a lot of drawbacks to Moose. He's got some abuse on him. He supported Tessa Blanchard. He said some inflammatory things to some fans. But Moose is popular within the wrestling community. But what happened yesterday in the immediate aftermath of this happening was really bizarre. There was WWE fanboy accounts. Like, there's people out there, and they know who they are, who are immediately now starting to discredit this partnership between TNA and WWE, saying, oh, they're just handing over a bunch of bums, realizing that Moose is probably the second most important most important person to come over. I would say maybe third, because Jordan Grace is now there. But second most important person now currently sitting in TNA. Moose is a former two-time world champion, current X Division champion, face of the franchise. He's done a lot of great things for that promotion since he went there. One of the great entrances in all of professional wrestling. And outside of Joe Hendry, you can't get much bigger than that. And universally in the community, unless you're just a hater, Moose and Oba Femi, two Nigerian descended gentlemen, like two guys who are big time powerhouses. This is the ultimate Big E special. Big meaty men slapping meat. It's what y'all want. And for some reason, half the fan base got mad about this because of, if you don't like Moose, that's fine. If you don't like Moose, that's fine. But then I see Santi Zap, who is one of the great content creators in this community, who I really enjoy his wrestling content and his live streams. A lot of his reaction videos are really great. And his reaction to this got blown up to bits last night because he was going crazy over it, talking it up as a dream match, and everybody was calling him a loser. Everybody was telling him get out, because there was another content creator who has now since been canceled because he had some other stuff. He was freaking out over AJ Francis, the former Top Dollar, showing up in an independent promotion, and it was completely fake. Everybody was getting mad at, a legitimately cool moment. Moose, one of the top guys in TNA, this would have never happened years ago. One of the top guys, the sitting X Division champion, showing up to set up a legitimate, dream match, one of the top prospects in Oba Femi against one of the great stars on the lower of one of the great non-WWE stars showing up. And for some reason, everybody was just losing their shit on this. And I was like, listen, if you don't like it, that's fine. But to hate on somebody for actually enjoying it, a guy who's a popular content creator like Santi Zap, who I think is great, what the hell are we doing? The hell are we doing? Yes, I am critical, but you guys are allowed to like what you want. But to hate on some guy because, you just have personal issues with, where things are. But yeah, it just got really weird because there's a lot of these WWE fanboys who never say a bad thing about WWE now all of a sudden saying TNA is loaded with a bunch of bums and they're giving us nobody. It's like, guys, Joe Hendry showed up at the fucking Royal Rumble. You realize how insane that is? Jordan Grace showed up a year ago when there wasn't even an existing partnership with TNA. Showed up in the Women's Royal Rumble. It was a shocking moment. Like, to see these people who are in TNA 10 or so years ago, you would have never seen these type of crossing the line, which is TNA's catchphrase. You would never see this. Guys, do you realize that Matt and Jeff Hardy, after unceremoniously leaving WWE and having a terrible run in AEW, they're going to be back on WWE television next week because of this partnership? Why is everybody mad about this crap? This partnership has been good. And like I to some degree, I understand the backlash towards Moose, but for a lot of people in this internet community and a lot of fans, especially the ones who have followed NXT and have followed Oba Femi's career and people who also follow TNA, this has been a natural dream match. So to see this come to fruition out of nowhere is really cool. And then to see people just going after content people just because, they're showing his excitement because another content creator had a fake post of some guy who's less significantly talented than Moose showing up in an independent promotion. Guys, grow the fuck up. Seriously. What are we doing? And a lot of these people are just, AEW people who are just like, trying to convince us that, hey, we don't need stories. We just need matches. It's like, the reason why people are so genuinely interested in seeing a TNA X Division champion cross over into a promotion to face the NXT champion is because for the last couple of years, we have grown to really care about Oba Femi. We have really grown to care. And because his character's interesting, his entrance is cool. Like WWE has just done a really good job of creating a lot of these NIL athletes who are former Division One like stars. Obo being I think his real name is Isaac, and like he went to Alabama. But the point is, like, I didn't really understand the backlash through all of this. It was really bizarre because I thought it was admittedly a really cool moment that we would not have seen 5 to 10 years ago under the previous regime. It's a sign the times have changed. And it's just a lot of people just in bad faith are just like, just trying to dismiss this like it's nothing, or even the people who are WWE fans just because of how they personally feel, which on some level I can understand that. But at the same time, even if you don't personally feel that way, somebody can also feel a different way. And that this whole tribalistic mindset is kind of just like, ruined wrestling. It's like ruined a lot of things in our culture. And it's really kind of made, the wrestling discourse really weird. It goes back to something I talked about a little while ago with the whole Ricky Starks situation and with him changing his name. It's just like, I understand you're allowed to have an opinion, but it gets so divisive in this fan base. Guys, just let people enjoy what they want to enjoy to some respect. I mean, I'm allowed to have an opinion about how I feel about AEW, and I can say it's not good. You guys can say it, and you know what? I can feel how I want to feel. You can feel how you want to feel. I just don't agree with you. So that's the beauty of this discourse here. But you guys don't have to get all hostile and shit over like, this whole thing and like, try to make a mockery of some content creator saying he's trying to be a grifter because, admittedly an actual dream match actually is being set up in NXT. Just because you don't like NXT or you don't like TNA or you don't like Moose or you don't like any of these people doesn't mean that they're not allowed to have an opinion. Everybody chill out. All right. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.